Welcome to Whispers of Light. It's time for a new type of video. Today we're going to talk about why we are divided and how we can bridge the divide, how divided we are, and we will be doing this in 3 videos. This is part 1. We're going to talk about why we're divided. In part 2, we're going to talk about how to bridge that divide. And in part 3, we're going to apply it to politics because there's some really practical stuff that you can do to change your life and help other people. Okay, let's get way into it. Why are we divided? Well, first off, I'm going to tell you something. You probably think that you are not a divided person. You probably think that you make your own decisions based on your own individual judgment, and that you are very open-minded. But let me ask you a question. How many times have you had dinner with someone or been at a party with someone, and you started talking about a certain topic and all of a sudden you felt like you were walking on eggshells? There are certain topics that you do not want to talk about, because you know that if you cross a certain line, it's going to cause an argument. So there are things that you don't say, and there are things that you do say because you know that there are certain landmines. You know that if you step on those landmines, it's going to cause an explosion, and it's going to blow up the relationship. The reason why we walk on eggshells around certain topics is because we have all been socialized to think a certain way and to feel a certain way. We are all products of our environment. We've all been programmed to think a certain way. The invisible walls. Division shows up in many different forms. It's not only political. It also shows up in culture, identity, class, religion, ethnicity, gender, sexuality, and even in the food that you eat and the clothes that you wear. Think about it. Vegan versus non-vegan, Nike versus no-name brand. The decisions that you make every day, you probably think that you are choosing freely, but often our walls are built by unseen forces. One thing that keeps us divided is echo chambers. What is an echo chamber? An echo chamber is when you are only exposed to one side of the story. If you only listen to one type of music, one type of news, one type of information, then you get trapped in an echo chamber. What happens in an echo chamber is that you are only exposed to people who think the same way that you think. And so you start to reinforce each other's biases. Echo chambers can be created intentionally or unintentionally, and with the advent of social media, they have become very easy to create. Social media algorithms are designed to keep you on the platform for as long as possible, and so they will show you things that they know that you will engage with. And so if you only engage with things that reinforce your biases, then that's what you are going to see more of, have you noticed? Another thing that keeps us divided is us versus them mentality. This is when we start to dehumanize the other side. We start to see the other side as less than us. And this is what leads to division and hatred. When we start to see people as less than us, then we start to justify doing terrible things to them. We start to think that it's okay to put them in camps, to take their rights away, to take their freedom away, to torture them, to kill them. This is what happened during the Holocaust. This is what happened during slavery. This is what happens in all types of oppression. If you want to understand the root of the problem, if you want to understand why we're divided, you have to understand that it's because we have been programmed to think a certain way. We have been socialized to think a certain way. We have been conditioned to think a certain way. Okay, so that's why we're divided. But the good news is that once you realize that this is all manufactured, once you realize that it's all fake, once you realize that it's all just a big illusion, then you're free from it. And that's the first step to bridging the divide. You have to wake up. You have to become aware that division is manufactured, it's reinforced, it's intentional, it's done for reasons. People aren't evil for thinking differently than us. People are just swimming in different streams of information. So what can we do to bridge the divide? Stay tuned for part 2 where we'll talk about that extensively to help you understand. Also later on I will show you a video on breaking generational curses. So a bunch of folks have been asking me for advice lately, and honestly I just want to write a book, hand it to them and say, "Here, read this. It'll answer all your questions." I'm really thinking about putting together something that can help everyone out there. Even if you've read 100 self-help books, this one's for you. Okay, I think that's it for this video. So until next time, thanks for coming to Whispers of Light, where we take the plunge. Come back for more.